Today we start talking about promotion. Promotion is easily the most visible element of the marketing mix. Remember when we talked about product, we said that this is the hardest to change, the most strategic decision, which once made cannot be easily reversed. And when we talked about price, we said that price is the easiest to change, but at the same time, probably the most important decision. So promotion is the most visible element of the marketing mix, because promotion is what customers hear, see, and learn about our company and our offerings. This is our way of talking, communicating to customers. Before customers encounter our goods and services, before they know anything about us, before they learn about our prices, the first thing they learn about our company, the first time they encounter our company and our offering is through our promotions. Promotions are external communications in terms that it's information flow from the company to customers. Remember how we discussed marketing research, the gathering and analyzing information from customers for the company? Advertising, it's quite the opposite process. It's a flow of information pouring from the company to customers to educate them about our offering and persuade them, convince them to purchase our goods and services. To be persuasive, promotion needs to speak customers' language. And this is one of the reasons why we need to understand our customers to be able to reach to them on their own terms. Use the language they speak, not only in terms of like foreign languages, but in terms of cultural symbols they can understand. Besides advertising, which is the most often used and the most famous element of promotion, there are 5 other elements. Notice how when we discussed what's marketing during our very first class, one of the things that first came to mind was marketing is advertising. Well, because it is, to a certain extent. As we learn throughout our class, there is much more than that. There's pricing, product management, brand management. Yet, advertising is one of the most visible and famous elements of marketing. Other forms of advertising include sales promotions, public relations, personal selling, and direct marketing. Obviously, we will focus mostly on advertising, but before we get to it, we'll take a brief overview of other 4 types of promotion. These are all elements of promotional mix. Notice the difference between marketing mix, which includes our famous P's, price, product, place, physical evidence, people, and all, and promotional mix, which breaks down specifically promotional elements. All of these promotional tactics and promotional vehicles, including PR, advertising, and sales promotion, should work together to create a convincing, cohesive, holistic picture of our offering and help our customers move through their decision-making process to purchase and build loyalty with our product. Remember these stages of consumption process and consumer decision-making. How consumers start from need recognition, search for information on how to satisfy their needs, and evaluate alternative solutions. On these early stages of consumer decision-making, the most important attribute is awareness. How consumers know about the very existence of our company and our product. So at this very early stages of consumer decision-making, PR and advertising are the most important tools. While later, when it comes to evaluation of alternative and making purchase decision and actually purchasing and using our products, we need to convince customers make a purchase, actually make this deal. And such tools as personal selling and sales promotional make the most important contribution. So PR and advertising are more important in early stages of consumer decision making, while personal selling and sale promotions are more important later. So before we focus on advertising, let's talk a little about different elements of promotional mix. So sales promotions, they give a short-term immediate boost to our sales. Out of all elements of promotion mix, of all types of promotional, sales promotions are the most focused on sales, on short-term goals, immediate boost. There are several types of them. For example, coupons. If we print out coupons and sell them to customers so that they can get a discount in the store or at our website. The point is that the only people who use coupons are the most price-sensitive customers. Most of our customers never use coupons. The average usage rates of coupons is around 1% or 1.5%. The only people who use coupons are the most price-sensitive customers, and many of them wouldn't otherwise buy our product. Yes, it is a segmentation tool, which allows us to target the most price-sensitive part of the target market. And the benefit is that bringing in more customers, and specifically price-sensitive customers, in particular point of time, allows us to balance demand against our production and sales capacity, especially when there are high seasonal variation. There is a high season when we have long lines of customers in front of our amusement parks. And there are low seasons when there is nobody and we still have a lot of fixed costs to cover. To balance demand against, for example, seasonal variations, we can offer these short-term sales promotions, short-term discounts targeted at the most price-sensitive customers, which would help us to cover fixed cost in the low season. And the effectiveness of this measure can be easily attributed, easily measured and assessed. Noted that if we run, for example, TV commercial, it goes on TV and we pay same amount of money, whether customers who see this commercial go to our store and make a purchase or not. We run a commercial on TV, we pay $1 million. We, based on Gallup Media and other measurement companies, we can assess and predict how many customers will see our commercial. For example, we expect 5 million customers to see our commercial. But we don't know how many customers will go to our store after that. And independent of how many goods we sell after commercial, the commercial still costs the same amount of money. With sales promotion, it's not the case. It works the opposite way. We only spend money on sales promotional when the actual purchase is made. We send $5 coupons to our customers. Each coupon costs us $5, subtracted from our price, but we only give this $5 out when the purchase is actually made. And if you use specific coupon codes or online code words, we know exactly where these customers come from, which type of promotional and which campaign, which ad brought these customers to our door, which makes the effectiveness of this campaign easily measurable, attributable, and attractive for management. While on the customer side, it decreases the risk of new product trial, especially in case of free samples. Remember how, for example, Trader Joe's always have free samples throughout the store. Customers walk around the store, try different meals, and they can expand their habitual purchase. They can be quite conservative. There is a set of foods they buy every week, and any new ones which they don't have experience with, like new test of chips or new test of salsa, can feel a little risky for customers. Why try them if they're quite happy with what they're currently having? Offering free samples can reduce these risks and introduce customers to new offerings on the market, thus expanding the market for our product. Another form of sales promotion includes frequent user or loyalty programs. All kinds of loyalty cards or loyalty mobile apps which allow our customers to accumulate some discounts or miles or points towards future purchases. Notice that the only way they can spend these accumulated points is to purchase more of our own product. Like if we are an airline and we offer bonus miles to our customers, pretty much the only way they can spend these miles is by flying with our airline. So it's not really a discount. It increases loyalty and influences decision-making in a way to it's easier and more rational for customers to fly our airline on any occasion. Public relations includes sending out press releases, speaking events where CEOs speak at different, for example, at graduation ceremonies and commencements at colleges. Includes giving back to community and sports sponsorships, publishing thought leaderships and white papers, market analysis for general public, and communicating with public during a crisis. Public relations are pretty much opposite to sales promotions because the only thing they're concerned with is building awareness of the company, educating public about our company, and building positive attitude so that customers know about us, about our existence, and they think positively about us. Finally, personal selling is used when our goods are complicated, technically complex, and bear a high risk. Computers, electronics, cars, houses, everything that bears a high risk for consumers and is hard to comprehend and judge on consumer side requires salespeople to help. Personal sales is a hard job. There is a lot of arts and science involved. In the most simplistic way, it includes several stages such as identifying new potential customers, what people in sales call leads, contact information and interests information, what kind of products these people can be interested in and why, reaching out to these customers and presenting our offerings in such a way that to convince them make a purchase. And the final stage of personal selling is follow-up. After the purchase, reaching to customers to check whether they got what they were looking for and whether they're happy with their purchase. The downside of personal selling is pretty simple. It is expensive. Every salesperson needs to work one-on-one with one customer, single customer at a time. It takes a lot of time, and since the product is complex and consumers need a lot of information to make a decision, salespeople can spend hours and hours with a customer. So the only product category where use of salespeople is justified are the ones where contribution margin is large enough to cover the costs of salespeople, labor, and compensation. The next promotional vehicle is direct marketing. It involves selling messages to our customers to get a response from them. It can be purchase. If we send them, for example, pre-approved credit cards, and we want them to go to our website and apply for these pre-approved offers. Or we can elicit response like survey response, or we can invite them to try new benefits we provide with our service. Like HealthNet is sending me envelopes with information about different features of their website. asking me to sign up for different information services there. Response rate to mail had never been more than 2%, and now it's around 1%. People do not read what they got in their mailbox, and most of them never react to that. So if we want to conduct a market research but sending out questionnaires, we need to take into account low return rate. Another way of direct marketing nowadays is the email marketing. I don't mean spam. I think legitimate subscriptions where people register at our website, subscribe to our email newsletter or special offers. Advertising is a central element of promotion mix. It's the most widely used, and it is differentiated from all other elements in that it's directly paid for. Writing and sending out press releases, giving talks and interviews in the media or special events, all these are unpaid opportunities. Publishing expertise on our websites and sending special offers to our customers, these are all unpaid forms of marketing. So one way to understand whether something is advertising or not is thinking whether it's paid for or not. For example, if some social media influencer posts a video with product endorsement, which promotes certain goods and services, the question whether is an advertising comes to question whether it's directly paid for by the company. And if it is paid for, and then it's actually an advertising. That means it should be disclosed as such, and influencers are required by law to put a disclosure clearly indicating that this post is paid advertising. There are three functions of advertising, and there are three corresponding types of advertising. First is informational. Ads that let customers know about our product, what are benefits of this product, and how to use it to get the most out of it. I have posted several examples on Blackboard to our class today. And one example there is a Google Glass informational video. Video is a clear-cut example of an attempt to educate customers about the products and how to use it. Another function later in consumer decision-making process is focused on persuading customers, convincing customers to make a purchase. Persuasive ads build on emotional appeal, on brand meaning, celebrity endorsements, and other psychological techniques to elicit a response and push customers to actually making a purchase. At the same time, for large established companies, for famous brands, there is no need to push customers to make a purchase, and there is no need to increase customer awareness. Customers already know about them. Everybody knows what Coca-Cola is. Everybody knows what Tide is. So the last example I attached there is a Tide Super Bowl commercials. Pretty funny, humorous commercials. all about how any clean clothes in any ads make it a Tide ad. Remember these ones? They do not communicate any new information about product or brand, and they do not persuade us to make a purchase. The only thing they do, they remind us that this great brand is still around. So reminder ads are focused on one thing: customer recall. The first question in our survey we created at the beginning of our course in our marketing research class was about recall. Which products in this, which brands in this particular product category do you know? This is a recall. And this is the main goal of reminder ads. Advertising can be run on broadcast media such as TV or radio, put outdoors on billboards, or online on digital platforms. Different media are good for different advertising goals. The most widely used nowadays is online ads. As you can see from the graph, online ads have surpassed TV and radio around 2016 and now account to about half of all advertising spending. But surprisingly, it doesn't mean that TV is doing good, is doing bad or declining. Take a look at their orange graph out there, and you see that TV ad spending are still growing. It's more fragmented, more narrowly targeted now. There are more and the more specialized TV channels, including national and local channels. And there are all kinds of streaming services now which don't run ads. That means there are less and less people watching particular channel and particular show at any given point of time. And yet people watch TV, and having these fragmented audiences also means that it is easier for brand to target a very narrowly defined audience. So TV is still very important advertising vehicle, and it's growing. The one in trouble is print ad. Newspapers, journals, all kinds of print media. They're switching online. They're trying to monetize their audience by through all the like kind of paywalls and all. Yet it doesn't make them suitable advertising platforms. And spendings on media advertising are really going down. And that means many traditional media are on the brink of collapse. There's a comparison of different media. There are upsides and downsides and what they're good for. We'll talk about it a little next time when we talk about advertising metrics and assessing effectiveness of advertising. Now I wanted to focus on one big problem of advertising. Simple as that, there are just too many of ads. Every day, customers encounter thousands of ads from hundreds of companies. That creates a crowding, a clutter, which makes it really hard for companies to stand out and get through to customers to elevate their attention and motivate them for purchase and relationship building with the brand. There are several rules for standing out of crowd and delivering your message, getting your message through to customer. One model detailed in our textbook is called success model. It outlines 6 principles for effective advertising. It should be simple, focused on one single attribute, one single competitive advantage, one single product, or one single offering. To avoid confusing customers, and it should be surprising, not like all others. Most of the ads at any given product category are all the same, give or take. All the cars includes happy families or successful business people driving into the sunset. They're all the same. Standing out of the crowd means avoiding being just like all the others. And it requires being very concrete, focused, and credible. You need to focus on specific benefits, specific offers, and provide tangible evidence of your competitive advantage, of your ability to deliver these benefits. Measurements, visual symbols, credentials, any tangible means of supporting your claim about your benefits. And the ad should elicit emotions, ignite emotions in customers, make them laugh, make them cry. There is a whole genre of nostalgic ads focused on nostalgic emotions to get all the customers think about their youth, their childhood, and happy times in their lives. Advertising, it's always a story, it's a narrative. Whenever marketing managers write a brief for creative agency to create a commercial, they write a story. There are characters, there are events happening to these characters. There is a plot, conflict, a narrative to build up emotions. So these are 3 main takeaways from our today's class. There is a promotional mix that consists of personal selling, direct marketing, sales promotions, and PR. There are 3 big types of advertising that include informational, persuasive, and reminder ads. And there are 6 principles of successive ads: simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, and emotional story. Our today's assignment brings together the 2 latter elements we discussed today. It's called commercial analysis. I want you to tell me about 2 of your favorite commercials that can be found online. using the language, using the concepts we learned today. For every commercial, I want you to tell me what is advertised, how it is advertised, what's the story, what's happening in the commercial. Please put in the link so that I can watch it and enjoy it. And then think about what's the primary function of this commercial in terms, whether it's informational, introducing a lot of new info about product, or it's persuasive, building customers' emotions and convincing customers to make a purchase, or it's just a reminder to increase recall of established brand. And then think about what makes it a good commercial, why you like it, what makes it stand out. This will help you to think about what success principles apply to this ad. Is it simple? Is it surprising and unexpected? Is it credible and emotional? Whether there is a great narrative story? What makes it good? So describe two of your favorite commercials this way, and chances are, when you're done with it, you will see some similarities, generalizations. What's similar in both stories? If you can make these generalizations and general takeaways from description of these two commercials, that's great. Add them at the end. Thank you guys for joining us. Always a pleasure.